And, again, retailers, that we work with, it's not necessarily top of mind for them. It's very helpful to have somebody that's looking at this and helping drive sales for them. And that's us. And by extension, it's really Planalytics feeding us the data, and then we're communicating it to our partners.
So where I see the value of that particular WDD, or weather-driven demand input, has become more operational. And so we've started to see that shift over the years happen, where we've gone from, fighting the data to understanding that these impacts are real, and we need to start looking at it from a risk perspective. So risk modeling has become a very key input in that, and that's one of the biggest mindset shifts that we saw when we used the Planalytics into our operation modeling.
There's really two main use cases for us, in terms of leveraging like weather-driven demand. One for me is around explainability. So that is about like trying to explain what happened, and then how do you action it more in the future to understand it. But then weather, for the company, for us at Primo Brands, as was mentioned, there's some pretty big swings in demand. A lot of it has to do with temperature primarily. But we couldn't answer those questions. And so initially talked with Planalytics, and like, man, this is a no-brainer for us to get better at this in terms of with explainability. I don't want to go through the exercises I was going through to try to explain it before pulling all this data together. But it's been a great partnership for us. And like I said, the first is around kind of explainability, and think about your annual operating plan, right? And so a lot of it's around you'll hear peak and then the shoulder months. Especially in the north as well, when it gets warmer, you see a spike in demand. And so we've been able to leverage this information, like I said, as we're annual planning, understanding those comps, but more importantly, what other activities do we have to do to help offset some things that we saw in the marketplace that you really can't control. So that's one of the first use cases. And the second is very similar to what Randy had talked about, is we're actually implementing a demand sensing capability, which what we've seen is has improved our forecast accuracy by about 20% within 28 days.